right, man. Let's talk about some more rumors arising about the Lions being linked to Deandre Hopkins. Just got out of a workout, man. You know, when it's humid and it's leg day, yeah, it's nasty out here. But yeah, man, I read more reports about Lions being linked to Deandre Hopkins. I did hear Louis Riddick said he feel like the Lions receiving core will be okay until, you know, J-Mo get back. But, you know, a couple things here, right? J-Mo will be able to do training camp and practice with the team and all that, right? Cool. You know, he will be able to do training camp. You know, I'm not sure about preseason, but training camp, mini camp, and all that other stuff he'll be able to do. But it's still a mystery with Jameson Williams, how he gonna fit with Jared Goff. That's also kind of some talk about Jared Goff's future in Detroit. About that as well, about how they'll fit, you know, moving forward in the future. All right. Well, that also helped determine Jared Goff's future. Two. I mean, you talk about it, you like Josh Reynolds ain't been able to play help. We like St. Brown, you know, Marvin Jones Jr. I don't see him as a fact, only as a veteran presence, third, fourth, fifth wide receiver. Khalif Raymond has been stepping up, and maybe they get by with Khalif, St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, but then again, Marvin Jones, what if you get an injury? You can't count on undrafted free agents. You can't count on 7th round draft picks. What if these dudes get injured within 6 weeks? Then you in trouble. So you got to think about that aspect. And then I think you kind of want to do what the 49ers did. The 49ers were sitting good before they got McCaffrey, but that was insurance. You know, even though they had Jimmy Garoppolo, when Trey Lance went down, they knew what they had. They still went and got insurance with Christian McCaffrey, and that really saved their season. So when you got an opportunity to put it over the top, you put it over the top. And I think if you're the Lions, you put it over the top. You do what need to be done. If it, you know, first and foremost, it's Quinn Williams or Ed Oliver. But if you got an opportunity to trade for a Cooper Kupp, a DeAndre Hopkins, or whatever receiver after that. And then another thing about it is just seeing the weight after June 1st cuts. See if the Cardinals just cut his ass. All right, then you don't know what they're going to do with Hollywood Brown, because they got to pay Hollywood Brown to trade him. So you never know. But yeah, you know, if I'm them after June 1st, I get aggressive. If I can't land Quinn Williams, Ed Oliver, or somebody help me on the interior defensive line, I'm being aggressive. I'm going to go ahead and just be aggressive. I mean, you built the team through the draft. I think you can, you know, it's like when you know, cutting weight. I was listening to an MMA fighter. I forget his name. But he was talking about, yeah, I train hard. I'm strict for 10 weeks. And then, you know, maybe on a Saturday in the middle of my camp, I have a cheat meal. But then I'm strict the whole way through. If you leave yourself room for cushion, then you can take some risks. You can take some chances. What's the great saying in Detroit by DBC? Chances make champions. But hey, you got to be in a position to take those chances. You know, it's one thing when you sitting there at the roulette table or the blackjack table, and you sitting there with, you came with 100, and now you sitting on $1,000 worth of chips. Guess what? I could risk 500 chips. I could risk 500 to get 5,000, just in the hypothetical, not saying it add up. I'm playing with house money. I'm still gonna leave here if I lose this 500. If I walk away from the table now, I'm still gonna leave with 400 more than I had. But if I risk it and I get the biscuit, then, you know, I'm up turn 100 to 5,000. But if you say, man, I'm down to my last $50, I'm trying to turn it into 1,000. Come on, man, you don't have the bumper, you don't have the cushion to do so. It's God. It's only gonna be God touching your hand or touching that wheel or them dice. Turn that 50 into 1,000. You know. So the Lions playing with some house money. Put it over the top. But if you don't feel like it's an organic or natural fit, then no. But I think anytime you got a receiver that's a technician like DeAndre Hopkins, you know, I think he gonna age with grace. And I could be wrong. Still came back off suspension last year and had a great year. Anytime you got somebody that know where they need to be at, they're going to be there, and their catch rate is as good as his. The same thing with St. Brown. You know where you're going to be at. Man, you deadly on third downs. Third and manageable. You deadly. you are deadly. That's the beauty of being a possession receiver. Shout out to Chris Carter, Jericho Cotchery, guys like that. They learn the finer thing. They fine tune the great things about the position. They're fantastic route runners. You know? So I always like the idea of the trade. 3rd, 4th, something like there. But if I can get Quentin Williams, then that's what I prefer. That's the preference. I pay him what the hell he want. Just do what you did last year in New York. But then again, you know, a lot of times, especially in the NBA, but especially in the NFL, there's processes you got to go through to learn to win. There's processes. In the NBA, it's a lot more prominent. In NFL, you see teams make that hot run like the St. Louis Rams back in the day. You will see that. Atlanta Falcons making that run even though they got smashed in the fucking Super Bowl by the Denver Broncos. NBA, you see processes where you got to get through this round, you got to get through this team, you finally get through this team, then you got to get through this. So when you play team 7 games, it's a little bit different. But yeah, man, I mean, shit, they're gonna be linked. I think they need to add something. They're trying to find all these diamonds in the rough at receiver. And if Brad Holmes do find a diamond in the rough with Green or some of the undrafted talent that he found, well, shit, I'm just going to trust this eye from now on when it comes to receivers. I'm going to trust the hell out of it. But if I'm them and I'm in a position to, you know, cover, especially with Jared Goff, if you had somebody like Lamar, you had somebody like somebody that can make a play, make somebody better, then I'm like, hell yeah, you know, stand back, wait till you get back. But, and especially if you know, wait till Jameson Williams get back, if you knew what you was getting. You don't know what you're getting from Jameson Williams and the Jared Goff connection. You don't know what you're getting. That's the problem. You hope they develop, and that's what you're banking on. Even in there, that's a hope. You know Goff got great rapport with Josh Reynolds, great rapport with St. Brown, and everybody else pretty solid that he played with. But, you know, but the good thing about Jameson Williams is that he can run routes. You know, the way he get in and out of breaks is beautiful. So you're gonna keep hearing this until Deandre Hopkins cut, traded somewhere else, or until the season start and the trade deadline pass. So, you know, people see their Lions receiving core and say, why they just don't put it over the top, even with Jameson Williams. So hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications when we go live or drop the video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. I appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Just Spotify and Anchor. I keep seeing the rest of them. I apologize. But check my other channel, Goodfella TV. I got all that over there. Hit that link tree over there too. Peace.